Let me try to put this into a historical context here. It's ironic, but our nation seems to make its greatest leaps during its greatest times of threat. Here we are facing the greatest economic downturn in 100 years, and we're battling two wars. But we have an extraordinary opportunity to do something special here, with a Democratic Congress and a Democratic President of mind to do something that's right. This is the time to step up and move forward that which has been waiting a long time. Back to the historical context, let's recall something here. The greatest war this country's ever faced was the Civil War. And in the very middle of that, in November in 1863, President Lincoln said something. Now you can interpret it any way you want, but the way I interpret it was this. He said, look, 87 years ago we said something. We talked about all being created equal, right? And with that comes certain rights. And he was saying, did we really mean it? Every once in a while, this country has to look itself in the face and say, did we really mean it when we talked about fairness and equity? And as we deal with these struggles across the world, in a uniquely small world now, we have to continually ask ourselves, how are we represented to the rest of that world? If we are to be the beacon of hope and of fairness and of equity, we have to act like that every day. We must be mindful of that as we go into this next session of Congress and what we want to be as a country. And I think the way to address that is to ask, what does comprehensive immigration mean? What does it mean to us and to the individuals involved and to the rest of the world? To me, it is about fairness, it is about equity, it is about the American way, its system of values. It is also about protecting our borders. It's also about helping our economy. It is about moving forward the way this country always had, gaining rights, greater freedoms, more equity. It has never been about moving the other direction. It has been a glacial pace at times, a painful pace that has taken too long for many individuals and many groups. But we need to ask ourselves, in the end, do we really mean it when we pledge the flag? Do we really mean it when in every game we somewhat without thought sing the national anthem? I think it's times like this that we step up and we mean it, because this is not about splitting up families or doing something extraordinarily impractical with 12 million souls. It is not about pitting one group against another. It is about unifying. It's the United States of America. It's not this group versus that group or us versus everybody else. And that's particularly important at a time of downturn when we face these challenges, because what you'll see here with the opposition, it is those who would play against our worst fears. It is those that would pit one group against another. That is not what we're about. That is not what comprehensive immigration is about. It's not why I came here. It's not why the public put me here. So we have our work cut out for us, but it is always part of a larger context. Context I'm proud to be part of, thanks to your participation. Take care.